Hey first grade, it's time for math routines with Miss Doherty. Go grab your YouTube workbook and be ready to turn to the page number listed on the screen. Also grab something to write with. Hey first grade, take out your YouTube workbook for math routines today and make sure you turn to the page that says Friday, May 15th, 2020. If you need to hit pause to go find your YouTube workbook and something to write with, do that now. Once you're on this page, we can turn 1, 2, 3 pages to where it says Math Routines with Miss Doherty. And just like we have every other day this week in our YouTube workbook for Math Routines with Miss Doherty, draw 3 counting pattern problems so that we can fill in what comes next. So go ahead and set up your page. Remember, I drew blank, comma, blank, comma, blank, comma, blank. Go ahead and set up your paper now to do that 3 times. And then let's get started. Let's get started on our counting patterns. Today we're going to be counting backwards by ones. Let's see what our first pattern says. Let's read it together. 766, 765. Fill in the next 4 numbers in this counting pattern, counting backwards by ones. Get to work. $766, 765. Let's see if you're right. Let's count the whole thing together. 766, good, count with me. 765, 764, 763, 762, and 761. Nice job, first grade. Next challenge. Let's count these first 2 numbers together. 235, 234. What are the next 4 numbers in this counting pattern, going backwards or smaller by ones? Get to work. Make sure you record these numbers in your YouTube workbook so you can show your teacher during conferences. Let's see if you're right. 235, count with me. 234, 233, 232, 231, 230. Nice job, high five. Psst. Last one. Count with me. 562, 561. Fill in the next numbers, counting backwards by ones. Let's see if you're right. 562, 561. Let's count the rest. 560, 559, 558, 557. Way to go, first grade. We're going to continue working on missing part total problems by looking at bar models. So my bar model today has 26 across the top, 9, and then a question mark. Copy this down on your YouTube workbook. And while you're doing that, think about, are we missing a part or are we missing a total? Go. So what do you think? Are we missing a part or are we missing a total today? We're missing a... Exactly, a part. We know the total. The total is what number? Exactly, 26. So 9 and something make 26. See if you can find that missing part, first grade. Get to work. We know about fact families, so 2 number sentences we could use to find the missing part would be 9 plus blank equals 26. Or of course our total 26 minus the part 9 equals the other part. Keep working. If you already found the missing part, try to put these numbers into a number bond in your YouTube workbook. So what is that missing part, first grade? I got 17. If you got 17 too, give yourself a pat on the back. Next one. My bar model says 12, 14, question mark. Copy it down. And while you do that, think about, are we missing a part or are we missing a total from this number bond? So what were you thinking? Missing total or missing part? Say it. Exactly, missing total. We know our 2 parts, but we don't know what value they make when we put them together. Get to work finding the missing total. Some number sentences that'll help us find the missing total, of course, is gluing the 2 parts together with a plus sign, 12 plus 14, or a missing total problem, like, don't know, minus 14 equals 12. What is the missing total? Make sure you show your work in your YouTube workbook so you can show your teacher during conferences. Did you get 26 for your missing total? Me too. Now we have another ordering numbers problem. It says kindergarten was earning leadership points and earned the following. Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo has how many leadership points? Good, 341. Columbia. Columbia had how many leadership points? Good, 413. Union College. How many did they have? Good, 314. And Williams. How many did Williams have? Nice, 439. Our question for today is, write these scores in order from greatest to least. What does greatest to least mean? Exactly, greatest means the biggest, and least means the smallest, that's right. So I set up my paper like this, 4 blanks, and then greatest on the left, and least on the right. You could also write big to small. So start putting these 4 scores in order for the kindergarten leadership points from greatest to least. Let's see who came in first in the leadership point race for that week. I know we always check the hundreds first, because sometimes the number with the most or the least jumps out right away at us. So let's take a peek at the hundreds and see if that strategy works. I see 300, 400, 300, 400. I can't tell yet who has the most or the least, or who has the greatest or the least. Tricky. I guess we'll have to check that's right, the tens place. I know the numbers in the 400s are more than the 300s, so let's start with who has the greatest. 413 or 439? Who has more tens? That's right, Williams College with 439. So they came in first for the leadership point race. Nice job, Williams. And of course, we know that means Columbia came in second, because 400 is more than 300 and 300. Nice job, Columbia. So what about the remaining two classrooms, Kalamazoo and Union, with 300? Who has more tens? That's right, Kalamazoo. Kalamazoo came in third place because they have 4 tens. How many tens does Union have? Yeah, they only have 1. So Union came in last with 314 points. We know you can do it next time, Union. Now we're going to work on a word problem. You should plan to write down a number sentence or show your work in some other way in your YouTube workbook. Let's read it together. It says Rickinson is keeping track of how many minutes per day he reads. I know UT knows that one thing Rickinson loves to do is read. Using this number pattern, how many minutes would Rickinson read on Thursday and Friday? So let's take a look at Rickinson's pattern. On Monday, he read for how many minutes? Good, 41. On Tuesday, he read for how many minutes? Good, 44. On Wednesday, he read for how many minutes? Right, 47. So what about Thursday and Friday? The first thing we want to think about is, what is the rule for this counting pattern? See if you can figure out the rule. As I move from 41 to 44, how many jumps is that on the number line? Exactly, it's 3. I could even count that in my head. 41, 42, 43, 44. So this is a what type of pattern? Exactly, plus 3. We're doing 3 more every time we move forward in this pattern. So what would come after 47? I know after 41 was 3 more jumps, 44, 3 more is 47. But what about after 47? What's plus 3 from 47? (47) plus 3 more jumps. Yeah, would land on 50. Nice job, first grade. So on Thursday, Rickinson would read for 50 minutes. What about Friday? Exactly, 53 minutes. That's a lot of reading. Nice job, Rickinson. Now it's time for guess the winning number. Clue number 1. My tens are 40 plus 30. We know that's just adding sticks of 10. What's 40 plus 30? Right, 70. 4 sticks of 10 plus 3 sticks of 10 would be 7 sticks of 10, or 70. Nice job. So this is a number in the 70s. Oh, my hundreds are 200 plus 200. So it has a digit in the hundreds. How many hundreds? 200 plus 200. Maybe I'll just draw 200 circles and then 200 more, right? No way, that would take forever. If I have 200s and 200s and I put them together, how many hundreds is that? Exactly, 400. So 400s and 7 tens. Any guesses for the mystery number? That's a good thought. Let's see the next clue. I am less than 475. Okay, so smaller than 475, but still with 400 and 7 tens. Any guesses? Let's check the final clue. My ones are 1 plus 1 plus 1. Let's see, what could this mystery number be? The hundreds are 4, the tens are 7, and the ones value is a 1 plus 1 plus 1. What's the winning number for today, first grade? If you said 473, nice job. Thanks for doing math with me today, first grade. I'll see you next time.